Greetings everyone, it's Jacqueline Bonsalakis, J Bonds, the travel wellnesspreneur, and we're at Angola Beach today. Such a beautiful day. It's October 10th, 2021, and I'm in a tank top with some shorts, hanging out with my son, doing some research for y'all. I got the tarot reading coming. He's gonna help me with the first card, and let's get to it. So again, my name is Jacqueline, and I have I break down everything else. Well, I pull the cards, then I break everything down, and then I help present. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me because there's a beautiful band going on back there. So I'm gonna try to talk a little loud, and I'll make sure he tries to talk loud. So the first card we pulled today out of this the conscious spirit cards, the oracle cards, was 6, and the earth elemental is the name of the card, and this is the mantra, so we say it 3 times. And remember, I want you to pause the video, take a screenshot, meditate on the card, and tell me what you think first, and then listen to the reading for every card. Okay, so now we're gonna say the mantra. Ready? I gratefully accept
the abundance the earth bestows on me.
The abundance the earth bestows on me. I gratefully accept the abundance the earth bestows on me. One more time, all together. I gratefully accept the abundance the earth bestows on me. And it's interesting because it's an earth card, but we're here at the beach near the water. It's beautiful. So a few things I want to break down. So when I looked at the card right away, I said, I gratefully accept the abundance the earth bestows on me. But the other thing I noticed is that the card is green. That's green like in money, and green as in life, and green as in everything I touch turns to, it has a lot, it flourishes. Everything I touch flourishes. So I noticed that in the card. And then even when she flourishes, she gives freely. She gives freely, like, here, you could have it. I got more where that come from, you know, and she's giving freely. She's confident. She's the type of woman that knows she's part of the earth. If you look at this picture, you see that she's sitting there on the tree, but really she's part of the tree. She's part of the tree. She's the root of the tree. She's the root of everything that brings life, everything that brings love and abundance. Her eyes are green. So you might be dealing with someone who has green eyes. The lessons that she's learned, she's come off that mountain. The lessons she's learned, that the background, the sun shone on her, the high end of her life, she learned when she was in a mountain with the brightness. The sun was so close to her. She was learning and becoming who she is. And now she's this confident, beautiful mermaid looking thing that's right there as an earth sign almost. Okay, so I'm going to let him talk about the card, what he analyzed, just because we're trying to do a mom and son or masculine, feminine energy readings for the future, like the mom and me reading. So you'll know us for that soon. And he's going to explain his part.
So
Talk loud.
It looks like she's one with the earth, and that she's peacefully meditating, and that she's grounded to the earth and accepting all the energy of the earth into her soul or body and stuff.
Okay, good. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna challenge him to look at the next card and tell me what he thinks. He told me he was only gonna do one card, but you know, you have to push your spiritual children to do what you need him to do. Just give him that little urge. So while he's meditating on that card, I'm gonna read what the number 6 means.
Confusing.
So wait, I'm gonna talk about the number 6 and you do that. Okay, so this card is about change. The number 6 represents change in the family and finances. That you're gonna be the one, the feminine energy in the household that's gonna bring abundance to that family. That because of you, the income changes, the tax bracket changes. But with that comes a lot of responsibility. So we're asking you to be responsible, be ready for those responsibilities. But there's nothing to worry about. Everything's going to be taken care of. Tap into your spiritualities. Tap into that divine light. Meditate. This is the time to meditate a lot. Like, go in. Like, if you don't normally do an hour meditation, and if you can't sit down and do it for hours, 60 minutes, that's what I'm thinking. That's what's coming to me. Spirit saying 60 minutes. You need to meditate 60 minutes a day. If you have to break that down, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, do it that way. But they want you to sit for 60 minutes. And even the voices are telling me now that they want you to try to do it for a whole 60 minutes. You have the time. Find the time. 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m. There's a time period where you need to get up and do that for yourself. Anyway, this time is about the growth in this person is that she's empathetic, she's nurturing, she's a protector. She has to bring balance to her life, though. She has to bring balance into her from her career and her love life. Like there's a time where you have to just create balance. So this is about talking about balancing between love and career, as well as spirit and career. So you have to spirit and the physical life. See, so there's a big part of your career you're spending too much time on. You have to tap in more into spirit. That's where your guidance is going right now. That's what the angels want you to go in that direction right now. The angel number 6 wants you to keep your thoughts positive. If there's negative things going on around you, don't worry about it. Just keep thinking positive even through all the negative. You have no worries, no fears, no bad expectations. You expecting to change. I'm telling you that they're changing. The angels want you to know that they're changing. So because you know you're changing and you're expecting to change, there's no need to fear anything that you see ahead of you. Okay, embrace those things. Be very this time of selfishness, but being selfish, doing something that needs to change in isolation or by yourself. Do those things that you need to do. And that selfishness, what appears to the outside world, is your divine way to express who you are, so that later on you could come out and give more selfishly, like selflessly. You know what I'm saying? So you're not selfish. Most of the time, if you do something selfish, it's because it's going to benefit other people. You're doing it for the good of others, or for the good of your future. Venus energy is heavy. Venus, I found that yesterday, goes direct December 27th. So pay attention to their calendars and try to pay attention to your chart where Venus is falling in you. Virgos, the planet rules Virgo. The symbol for the number 6 is lovers. So on to the next card. I'm gonna let Malak go.
I don't really know anything.
It's the 10 of Wands. Just what do you think comes to you right at first glance? What are you imagining him to be doing?
He's trying to keep a balance on the wands.
He's trying to balance the wands
on his back.
On his back. Okay. So this is the 10 of Wands. And he's seeing it, the masculine energy here today is saying he's seeing that as a man who's trying to balance all these swords on his back. That's a good introspection for this card. Masculine energy. He's correct. This is a masculine energy. Of course, that's a man. Appears to be a man here. And the balancing of energy. This man, in him speaking, the feminine divine energy saying this man is trying to balancing things that all in his past, all these swords or wands that was swung at him. He's trying to balance those, and they're all on his back. And he's between two situations right now.
He's trying to carry it.
He's trying to carry the weight, but he's trying to do too much. Like he's trying to blend or intertwine something together, intertwine his past with his present. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's what the message is coming from his. Yeah. So he has to balance it out. He's trying to balance it. Not that he balances it. To me, it's like there's a balancing act, and the person is putting them in that situation. From the feminine energy, what I noticed right away is that this is the sign for Saturn. Saturn is in. Hold on one second so I can tell you exactly what Saturn is. I messed that up. Anyway, this is a symbol for Saturn. I'll go based on my notes so that we'll get to it. This is the symbol for Sagittarius. Venus right now is in Sagittarius, okay, and Saturn is going direct October 11th. So this message is something to prepare you for tomorrow for some of you. Okay, so tomorrow Saturn goes direct. But anyway, the Wands is a masculine card. It's a masculine energy. The Delta signs, there's very fiery energy. You provoke someone. We talked about this yesterday. You provoke someone to bring out their fiery energy. But that fire energy was definitely necessary, as we talked about yesterday. You don't like that masculine and fire energy to come out, but hey, when it come out, if you reflect like you're supposed to, like you normally do, when you reflect, you'll know that person is doing it so that they could bring humbleness and peace to the household, peace to the balance that we were talking about in this card. The person is trying to bring balance, and it's going to be good for you. You know it will. You just are stuck in your old ways, stuck on the little swords and wands that was swung at you before in your past lives. You down there praying again, like we said yesterday, about you making wishes, and you making wishes, and you still on your knees, and he's telling you get off your knees, stand up. Yeah, that's what it is. You ask for forgiveness. After you act the fool, ask for forgiveness. Hold on one second. Ask for forgiveness from yourself and from the Most High God. Ask to this imagery is all weapons formed against me did not prosper. So don't let the past feminine energy, all the people that tried to destroy you before, don't let that destroy what you have going on now. All those past energies, none of those weapons formed against you will prosper. However, they have prospered because you don't have what you want right now, because you're wallowing and balancing and trying to balance all that stuff and that heaviness. Let all that go. Let all that go, like we talked about yesterday. Once you let all that go, blessings, immediate blessings. You holding the blessings back from you and your family. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? She's gonna bless you. Okay, so like I said, Saturn goes direct tomorrow. Pay very close attention to what's going on. It's been in retrograde since May 23rd. So karmic energy. Think about the things you did from May 23rd to now. What has happened? How were you acting? What were you doing? Who were you interacting? What are the things you did and didn't do? What are the things you regret? What are the things you want to change? That's going to change. Whatever your heart's desire, make wishes today. Do a ritual today. Let all that karmic energy flow inside of you, because that was a karmic delay. It was karmic rebalancing. That's why it was in retrograde for 5 months. Don't let those delays affect you. Like that's it's gonna be easier. Like those obstacles are gonna be like fall away, but you gotta do your part. That time period may be with misery, debt, or worrying about debt and having chronic health issues, things, joints bothering you, things like that. That's going on in your life right now. Those obstacles, those pains, they're gonna start going away. All right. This is directly to the Geminis, the Gemini moon. It's in the 8th house transit of the Saturn is in the 8th house transit of transformation. So there's a transformation if you have Gemini in your moon. They're talking specifically to you. Okay, okay, this is a time for self-reflection, self-image, thinking about what you want to do with your hair, what you want to do with your body, your self-image. This is a good time to start thinking about that. It's a Capricorn sign again, so either you're dealing with a Capricorn or the Capricorn is in your sign. This time is that we're going to be releasing things like limitations, insecurities, and obstacles. Those things are when Saturn goes direct, we want to work on those things. Anyway, so we may be antsy about certain things right now. If you're a Gemini, mostly if you're a Gemini, but the collective needs to hear this too. There's things that you have right now, the ability to do something, the ability to stay focused. You have the strong will to do a specific thing. It could be air related, communication related. I know we're going through Mercury, is in retrograde, Mars is in here, so whatever you set your attentions on, it's gonna work out. Like, be genuinely and authentically who you are. This is the time to go back and reflect on your gifts and talents and your desires, things that you've been wishing about, things you've been praying about. You want to go ahead and do those things now. I don't know. That's what's coming to me. That's it.
All right. What about the friendship?
Oh, one more thing. If Chiron is in your 10th house and you're an Aries, the impulse right now is Aries acts impulsively, but Chiron is an empath. So right now you're gonna act impulsively on doing things for the people that are less fortunate. And if you envision yourself as a less fortunate, you're gonna do more things for yourself. It's a good time to do that. All right, go ahead. Oh, we went through that one. The last card is friendship.
We did this.
And like he said, we did this one already. We did friendships before in another video, but we always gotta read them. So friendships, in this card, I noticed this time that it's like about sisterhood, finding your tribe. It is also about knowing that we have more things that are alike than we are different. And also, this reminds me of two females, two women. They're going on a journey. They're going to travel. There's a heart behind them. You could tell they have a lot of love for each other. They're gonna have a lot of abundance. They're gonna go to adventures together, and they're gonna go to a spiritual retreat. So that's it for the cards, and I gotta go back and read in the little book. He's trying to say I don't talk crazy to him on the camera. Anyways, I was wondering why the video was so short, because I didn't go through the book. So the Conscious Spirit card deck book says that this card is asking you to recognize that abundance flows from Gaia, Mother Earth. She's also the foundation for other 3 elements. So that to me is saying that that women, the Mother Earth, oh, look how beautiful the water is. Look how beautiful that sun is coming out. Okay, so you gotta honor Mother Gaia, like pour out, make sacrifice. You know, Mother Earth, Capricorn sign again. She's also the foundation for air, fire, and water, all life. Her vital life-giving energy flows into the water we drink and into the plants we eat. It flows into every creature, every rock, and every crystal on this planet. Become a conscious consumer by eliminating toxins in your life. Do not use chemicals in your home or garden. That's what we're trying to get everything of that stuff out of our bodies and everything. So, and to avoid chemical-laden products that contaminate not only your body but the earth as well. So this is the time. This is Saturn's going forward. We're gonna see a lot of things changing over this COVID season. We're gonna see a huge change coming in with that. The people are awakening. The earth wants us to take its earth back, its energy back, its purity back. So we're gonna support that. That's you. You have to be the support to that. The energy could only support healthy life if we keep it healthy. This card can also be an indication that you need to balance your body's energy. Perhaps you live too much in your mind. You're thinking too much. Perhaps you're up in the clouds in La La Land. It's time to come back. Balance this by grounding yourself and come to Mother Earth. Okay, so if you have a Capricorn in your life, if you got a Taurus in your life, and if you have that's one other sign, I think it's Virgo. There's another earth sign. This card is referring to them. Look for them to watch how they move and look for them for guidance on how to ground yourself during this time. Sit or walk in nature. Align yourself with natural energies, crystals, rocks, and soil, things that are of the world. Like coming to the beach is a grounding, is something grounding. Gnomes and dwarfs are symbolic of this energy and can help you to develop your individuality. Sorry, I have text messages coming through. It helps you develop your determination and appreciation of all things. Okay, the 10 of Wands. I'm going to read it from the Tarot of Dream Guidebook. That's this card that we talked about earlier. A man kneels, head down. He bears on his back the weight of 10 wands in a crisscross pattern. I saw the word crisis. A triangle. The element symbol fire cast is a yellow light. There comes a point in every endeavor or project when it simply collapses on its own weight. The original fire and the inspiration that sparks the endeavor are all but extinguished under the weight of the complications, the obstacles, the intricacies needed to keep the endeavor going. In the 10 of Wands, the man seemed to be overwhelmed and despair. His ambitions and visions have brought him to an honored place, but that position, while exalted, is also quite uncomfortable with the pressure represented by the wands pinned down on her. The spirit is telling me this is the masculine and feminine energy. This is who she is and this is who you are. Something's going wrong. Like there's not a balance there. There's not a balance there. She knows she has the world in her hand and that nature is her and she is nature and she is one with nature. And this man is doing the exact opposite. Alternatively, this man could be bowing down in obedience to his goals, which have become his taskmaker. That's the challenge for that person. This card is saying one thing and Spirit's telling me another. That's the challenge for that person. Balancing between what is grounding you and what is in spirit, like spiritual and physical things. The one partner is very spiritual, the other one is very concrete. Even if they're not concrete, they still have an air of humbleness and spirituality because he's bowing down like in prayer. It's something like it's a shadow of who they are or that the side that they don't want people to know about. Something like that. Alternatively, the man can be saying bowing in obedience, which has been the taskmaster, no longer an autonomous individual, but instead he has become a slave to his ambition. Implied in all of these things is growing conviction that endeavors has run its useful course and now has become more trouble than what is worth. So you're doing something and you're not supposed to be doing it, and you're doing it because you think you're obligated, and it's not working. It's not working for you. You can't be convenienced. There's somebody that's trying to like inconvenience you, and it's not worth it. You know it's more, you know logically it's more trouble than you want to proceed, like, go let on to be. Like, you trying to be one way about it, but you doing too much, and you know it, but you still don't know how to figure out how to get out of that. It may be advantageous to start thinking about bring this project to a close. Whatever you into right now, whatever you're trying to do, it's time to close that chapter and let something new interest spark into your life. So because the Saturn is in Sagittarius, not right now, because Saturn is in, and Saturn, I said it was in, Venus is in Saturn. So it basically means that some of the things it means is that the expansive and freedom-loving tendencies of Sagittarius are limited by Saturn. Since Saturn is going direct, the limitations may be there. You gotta push through. Go ahead. You got anything to say? Okay. So the last card. This video again it is what it is. It's between 20 minutes long, a little bit 20 minutes long. So friendships. The answer to your question involves your friendships. This card is showing you how much the energy of other people. Oh, sorry about that. This card is showing you how much the energy of other people is affecting you, or it could be guiding you to open yourself up and allow others in. Friendships is the regular exchange of energy and emotions. As an indigo, you connect more deeply than most, but can also be more closed off. Take some time to consider how the energy of friendship, or lack thereof, is influencing your thoughts and your opinions about yourself. It's important. I don't understand. It's important that you maintain an awareness of how each person in your life makes you feel. Again, this person doesn't have a lot of friends. So because you don't have a lot of friends, you don't have people there that you could talk to when things are going crazy in your life. And it's an unfortunate thing that some of us don't have a lot of friends, or friends that we trust, or that we have that essence about us that we can't trust our friends, so we don't talk about our business. But because of that, there's barriers in your life right now, and you can't lean on, you don't feel confident having people lean on you. So that's the consequences of being the type of person that doesn't like or have a lot of friends, or doesn't. It's that they're not able to have friends. It's that they don't trust. If you don't easily trust, then it's hard for you to make friends. So that's who that person is talking about, or spirit is talking about that particular person. It may or may not be you. I think that's it for the day. So we're gonna say goodbye. Peace. The travel wellnesspreneur and M Bonds.